All right, guys, welcome aboard. How we doing? I'm here to show you my progress on my comic book I'm working on. Actually, what we're doing is right now there's 3 promotional things I'm working on, and I'm kind of deliberating. As you can see, what we're working on was we're working on promotional posters for a comic book I'm putting together called The Privateer. It's about 20 years in the making. A lot of my friends have been telling me to do it for years, and I just, I haven't. It's not that I haven't been inspired to do it. It's just I haven't had the time to do it. Now I'm just finally committing to doing it. So, welcome aboard. You get to see the work on a comic book from the ground up. I've never done one of these, and I'm simply going by the old formula made by a book I had when I was young. It was called the Marvel How to Make a Marvel Comic, I think is what it was called. I'd have to look it up for you guys, but hang on one second. Yeah, it was the Marvel Tryout book, now that I'm thinking about it, was the name of it. And it was kind of like a resume. I think they were actually trying to find the next great talent, and they made this book, and it showed you all the jobs that were done in a comic book. And it was a neat way to do it. You had to start by... they gave you everything, and you had to... how do I explain this? Instead of going from the ground up, it went backwards. The last job that was done, you had to do that first. And then you had to do the next step below that. Like, I think, I want to say coloring was the first thing you had to do. And then you had to do ink on the next 5 pages. Each thing was like 5 pages, I think. I can't remember. It's been so long since I looked at it. But it was neat. It taught you from the ground up how to make a comic book. So... that's the formula I'm using, and I'm doing my pencil work here on Twitch to document, to let people know, hey, yes, I actually did this with my own 2 hands. And the ink work, though, the one thing that's always bothered me about this stuff, I love my sketching, but I'm always afraid that the line work, when you mess up line work, it doesn't go away. That's it. Unless you're really experienced at it, which I'm not. I've always been a pencil sketcher, so I've always been afraid to put ink on my stuff. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting the sketches done, and then I'm taking a picture, and then I'm using a program that I have on my iPad to draw the line work. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, come on. This thing's being a pain. Let's see. Where is that program? It's right here. Okay. That's just some promotional work I was putting together there. Yeah, here we go. Okay, like I said, I'm doing promotional work. What I'm doing is I'm putting together... my wife is the captain of the crew of Barkus and Meow, and it's a local Mardi Gras crew. By the way, you guys chime in on the chat whenever you want to. I'll be glad to discuss any of this stuff with you. But anyway... she wants to cosplay as these characters for her theme this year, and we've got a booth at a local Comic-Con in August, and one of the things they do during their celebrations is they have this big, ball and stuff like that, and she wants to throw cards with this character's backstory on the back of it and a picture of her on the front of it. So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to make them posters and little trading card kind of things. And then I've already got the first issue of The Privateer written. Actually, I have several stories written, but the first comic is plotted out, and I just have to put pencil to paper to start drawing it. But I want to do this to get ready for her Mardi Gras season. Just in case, you never know what's going to happen. I want to make sure the stuff she needs for her Mardi Gras stuff. Damn this chair. Is ready to go. So anyway, as you can see, I'm doing. I took a picture of the pencil work, and just so you can see what I'm talking about here, the one thing I like about this program right here is it's got layers, and I can take away the sketch and see how my line work looks, as you can see. And I can take a look at how it's looking. She's a fox character. She's called the Royal Fox. So I've got 3 layers. I've got one that's white just to give it background, because if I don't have the background, then it looks like this, and it's just hard to see, right? So I'll put the white in, and then I bring back the sketch when I'm ready to start drawing again. So that's how I'm doing my ink work. And I'm not really going to document that. I may, I'm piling up sketches. I've got the Privateer sketch done. I got her sketch done. And now I'm working on the Privateer sketch. And here's the problem. I think I'm going to do this. Now, the more I think about it, the more I think I'm going to do this. The way I plotted this was to have, there's 4 characters. They're all modeled after my own family. One's the Royal Fox, which is my wife, and then there's me, the Privateer. He's a pirate from the Revolutionary War days that helped fight to free the colonies. Anyway, and he's brought to the future. Anyway, I have those 2, and then I have our son and daughter as 2 characters. One's a 7-foot tall fire chick named Regal Inferno, and then got American Fox, which is our son, and he's a fox character too. Well, I plotted it out to have their faces down here, but what I'm really leaning towards drawing out each one individually and then digitally putting the poster type thing together. That's what I'm really I'm thinking about doing that. So let's go ahead and get started. Since I've made that decision, it keeps irking me, so we'll replot this and get rid of the stuff down here. We're just doing portraits of them. That's all we're doing. This is an eye. I was showing somebody how to draw last week. By the way, if you got any questions on how to sketch something, just let me know. This is kind of an educational stream too. I'm thinking about teaching portrait art online as well. So if you guys ever, if you think that's something you'd be interested in, let me know in the chat. It'll definitely help my decision whether or not I do it. I have to talk to Zoom this week. Those guys there. I just paid for a Zoom membership for a year, and it showed up as not being a basic plan. In other words, I got 40-minute meetings, and that's it. And that's not going to fly, because that's not what I paid for. I just paid them $102 for a year. So we're going to have to talk to them fools. But anyway, welcome aboard, and I hope you enjoyed it. This guy here, the Privateer, he's been around for a while. Been around since 1750. He was born in 1750. When the Revolutionary War started, he was 16 years old. Or actually, no, 26 years old. Excuse me. He was born on the 4th of July, of course. And his father was dragged away when he was 12 years old. The English at the time were in a dispute with France, about to go to war with them, and they needed to beef up their navy. And the way they did it was, if they couldn't get enough volunteers, they would come to the colonies with what they called press gangs. It was basically thugs that just beat somebody senseless and dragged them off to basically be slaves in the navy. And that's what happened to the Privateer's father when he was 12. And he always wanted to find him. So he stowed aboard a pirate ship, and when he was found, the captain of the ship, Graybeard, he decided to take him under his wing, and he eventually took over the Seahawk. The name of the ship was the Seahawk, and helped free the colonies on the open seas. He fought the British on the open seas. But anyway, I digress. Yakking too much. Let me find this source picture here that I was using for the face. Where is that thing? Sorry, guys. I should have had this ready. I got up a little late today. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Boom. All right. Put the eye in here. What I'm doing is I'm drawing in the iris right now and the pupil. I already had a lot of this laid out from last time. Now, any of these, when you're drawing a portrait, you got to remember everything is curved, man. There's hardly ever a hard line in a portrait. Everything has a curve to it. Okay? Got to remember that. Let's see. Just like that. Bit of a shade there. Yeah, I guess. Bring that under a little bit. He's young at this point, though. Got to remember that. He's young. He's not an old man yet. Not an old man like me. Not yet. Oh, that's right. He's got a long sideburn. So that'll go down the side of his chin. Right? Now, right here. And then his ears right here. Hair coming out from underneath. He's got shoulder length hair, so gotta draw the hair out. Looks like I began doing that. Now, most guys back then wore wigs with a ponytail to it, but I leave his loose. And he's red-haired at this point in the story, so we're going to make him with red hair. Red, white, and blue. You know. Okay, that's his shoulder, so let's put the epaulette there. Got to put the epaulette on him. That's going to be his epaulette on his shoulder. Just reaching back a little bit. Lapel for the jacket coming out. And I do like the shirt being ruffled. I do like that. The source material is it's me cosplaying as I was bartending. As you can see, there's a guy waiting for a drink back there and everything. This was at a nightclub I worked at called the Malibu Beach Club, and I'm cosplaying as Austin Powers on a Halloween. That's what that was. So. Gotta have source material, you know. I'm not as experienced as a lot of these people at drawing comic books, but I can do faces. That's the only training I've really had is drawing faces. So I ain't scared there. I enjoy drawing faces. It's been something that I've done for a long time. Okay, that's the shoulder coming out. Put the epaulette on it here. Of course, his cape comes from the epaulette back. Yeah, we need to show the split cape. He's got a split cape that he wears. That'll go right there. Got to show that over here too. I think that's going to be... I wonder if we want to put the sword in there. His hand's down, so... It's going to be the epaulette. Maybe... Anyway, okay. So it looks like this sketch is about done. I need to go ahead and put the details in the hat. I love the tri-cornered hat, man. I have one myself that I cosplay with when I do them. Love the tri-cornered hat. I think it's cool as hell. Always have. The Patriot. The Patriot hat. Love it. Think it's awesome. That marker's going to be right about here. I think I've got that a little bit off. Let's put that right about here. Let's bring that more to a curve here. A little bit higher. And bring, yeah, that's where this is kind of jacked up, isn't it? Let's bring that around like that. It's got a stitch in it right here. To keep it pressed to the hat part of it. Of course, now don't forget to erase. Your eraser is just as important as your pencil. You want to fix what you're fixing as you go. And always remember, you don't want to be carving into the paper. You see how I'm making light strokes? If I want that darker, just get a darker pencil. I mean, let's go with a B. That's a soft pencil. That'll make it darker. When I'm happy with a line and I want to make it darker, I just go in with a darker pencil. You don't want to be carving, okay? That's the worst mistake you can make, is carving something in. You don't want to do that. So what's going on this week, guys? You've been watching the trial? Talk to me in the chat. What's new in your world? Of course, a lot of news is about the tragedy in Texas. It's a real shame. But if we had all the answers, you know, we'd all be rich. Crazy world we live in. Okay, I need to sharpen my... I just got a regular old sharpener. Just sharpen my light one. Ah, okay. That looks good. Try it. Trying to get to my coffee. All right, let's take a look. What we got here? A little bit of shade down this side. And we got the nostril on the side here. Remember, everything's curved. You might draw a straight line here and there, but when you're doing the shading and stuff, remember, it's curved. It's all curved. Every bit of it. Yeah, that was my age. It's just sharper now, so it's doing a lot darker.
Upgrade to premium for just $6.99 a month to get unlimited downloads, premium tracks, and whitelist your YouTube channel.
Excuse the commercial. My background music has got some ads in it, so you're going to hear an ad every once in a while. You know. Just like to have some background music for you guys to listen to while I'm drawing in case we got some dead air as far as speaking goes. But I try not to do that. I try to keep yakking with you the whole time. So he's got an eye patch. And his eye patch now, it's going to be more... His stuff's going to look old world, but it's actually high tech. This guy's kind of like Batman in the fact that he's rich. And he when he first got... Story goes that when he retired after the Revolutionary War, he gave up the ship to his first mate, like it was given up to him, and he went to the Bermuda Triangle, a secret island that Graybeard had showed him before he died, and that's where he went. Well, he saved this Indian shaman. He didn't know this guy was an Indian shaman, but a tiger had attacked him and was gonna eat him, and he saved him. And the guy decided to smoke the peace pipe with him, and he asked him. He said, "Look, what do you love the most in this world?" And he said, "Well, because his parents were back together. He had been searching for his dad for a long time and found him on the ocean and everything, and he told the Indian shaman, he said, well, I guess it's got to be that the country that I helped free from tyranny." And so the shaman smoked the peace pipe with him, and his vision that he saw during while he was smoking the peace pipe with him was the history of America in the future and what was going to happen to it. And he marveled at what they did during the Industrial Revolution and how they spread all the way across coast to coast and all that stuff. And then he got a little concerned whenever Vietnam War happened. He saw how resilient they were in the first two world wars, and then this Vietnam thing had him a little worried. And when he saw what happened on 9/11, he freaked out, and that's when he passed out. And when he woke up on 2012 of 2001, or excuse me, September 12th of 2001, the day after the attacks. And he took his booty he had claimed over the years being a pirate, and that made him a billionaire. It was worth billions, and so he bought a bunch of military contracts and developed a bunch of weapons and stuff, and he was going to go get the people that did that. And that's where the story starts, with the privateer. That's his story. That's his backstory anyway. It's going to turn out, now see, you guys are getting inside scoop stuff, so you'll be able to tell people, hey, yeah, I was there when this started. just in case this ever takes off. Who knows if it will. It's my passion project, though. But anyway, the shaman actually ends up being an alien with powers, and it gives him the power of quick reflexes and perfect eyesight in the one good eye he has. So, but I say all that to let you know that the eye patch is actually going to be a high-tech really enjoyed his work. He actually, I sent him, this is, God, how old was I? Shoot. I don't even think I was in high school yet when I wrote him a letter asking him about a ship that he drew in the Battlestar Galactica comic book he started off on. And well, I say started off on. He didn't get his start there, but he started the Battlestar Galactica comic book. He was the artist for it. And there was one episode where Boomer, I say episode, it was a comic book, where Boomer came across a spaceship, and they didn't know what it was for, and they were investigating it. They had to go inside of it and all that good stuff. And I really enjoyed that book, and I loved the way the ship looked. And I wrote him and asked him, I said, look, you know, do you have blueprints of that ship? Because I was collecting like Star Trek blueprints and stuff like that. I was a punk kid, you know. But I was really intrigued with Star Wars and Star Trek. I was a nerd before it was cool to be a nerd, back when you got beat up for it, you know. And he was nice enough to write me back, and he said, no, I didn't really do that much detail on it. I just I drew what I was feeling, and he said, but here's a black and white print of the line work. And he sent me, I wish I still had it, man, it'd probably be worth money now. It wasn't very big. I want to say it was like, he probably printed off a regular copier. I want to say it was a letter-sized picture, but it was the actual ship that it was the panel from that he drew in the book. And wow, just, you know, for what was I had to be 13 or 14. What year did that friggin' TV show come out? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, Walt Simonson wrote me a friggin' letter, and it was awesome. I thought it was cool as all get out. I really did. Okay, that's got a band. How big is that band? Okay. All right, so that's the back end. And we're going to have the actual hat part come a little lower, a little flatter. Right? That's going to be dark because the light's coming from up here. You know what? Let's see if we can't make that curve. Well, that curve's about right. Yeah, that's about it. Let's go ahead and bring that across. Okay. I'm really happy with the way this is looking. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, his style was big animated. That's what he did, big and animated. So I think that's what I'm going to gravitate towards myself. I really like that style. Not so much detail, but more animated looking, you know. Let's see, where did that... Okay, yeah, right here. Now, his hair is going to come across that. I don't like that. That went a little crazy on me. His hair, yeah, laying down. That looks good. Definitely want to show that that's under his hair. looks a little bit frilly. Okay, what is going on there? Huh. Oh, I see. It's curved. Okay. I was wondering what was going on with that lapel. Okay. That comes around this way and back over the shoulder and down and then up. Right? And it's much shorter than I'm drawing here. So let's go with that. So it looks like his arm's going forward a little bit there. Okay. I think we've gone out far enough there. Want that colored in. That's coming down. Epaulette on top. Yeah. Lapel big over here. Show the rest of it here. Because he's wearing a trench coat's what he's wearing. And that's going to do it here, I think. Let's see. Yeah. And that's all white. Okay, so let's clean this up on the bottom. A little bit darker pencil here. So what do you guys think? How's it looking? This guy wears a trench coat. And of course he's from another era, you know. They hit the Wayback Machine to get him up here, you know. His trench coat is blue, like the color of the flag. His hat's blue, like the color of the flag. And I think I'm about done with this guy. Like the way it's looking. Let me see if I need to do any more shading. Not really, because most of the shade, well, I'll put a little bit in here. And a little bit right there. Not much. Don't want to do too much. You can do too much on these things. Just hint where the eye is going to be. I know how to do my eye. That may need to go underneath the brow just a little bit more. Let's make that a little bit bigger and rounder on top. I like the brow going over the top of it like that. Let's give that a little punctuation. The good thing about doing it the way I'm doing, I've planned out to do it. It's I don't have to do as much detail in the sketch. You know, when I get to the drawing part, that's when it's going to get, you know, a little bit rougher and a little bit more detailed. Okay, so we are done with his sketch. Let's go ahead and get a picture of it. Let's see. Yeah. You have to excuse me. I'm a moron. I'm not a moron. I'm just old. I'm 56 years old, so technology can be a pain for me sometimes. Did it start recording? No, I didn't want a video. Ugh, you know. I forgot I shot some video by the river not too long ago. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. I know I'm popping the mic. Apologize for that. All right. Clean that up later and be able to do that as well as on the computer side of things. Okay. This seems to be a good stopping point for today. I'll go ahead and show you guys the other sketches. Of course, this is the privateer's face. This is his profile sketch, actually for the card. It's really magnifying the look from the back because I want to accentuate the 13 colonies on the back of his trench coat. I play a game called DC Universe Online, and that's where a lot of people have seen this character before. And on his back, he's got a star. But that's been done with Captain America so much and stuff. I want people to know when you look at him that he's from the Revolutionary War days. So I'm going to put the 13 colonies flag on the back. And of course, he's got a split cape coming off the epaulets to signify the stripes in the flag, and they'll be red. So that's what his look is. And then, of course, you got the one that most of the videos have been about so far. The Royal Fox. And that was her finished sketch. Like I said, I'm not doing as many details in the sketches. I'm just giving myself, a guideline, and I'm finishing the work over here on the iPad. So that's where we're at right now. The next one we're going to do is going to be a facial portrait of the Royal Fox. Now, let's see. I might get started on it. Let's take a look. See if I've got... if I have to go looking for a picture, because I want it to look like my wife, so I've got some pictures of her on here, but there's a certain... she's always smiling huge, so that's not what we're looking for. Looking for a more serious look. I wanted to do kind of a chin-up thing. That one's not bad. I do like that picture. Nah, I'm gonna have to do some research on a picture to do her portrait with. So, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for today on the privateer's portrait. I hope you guys enjoyed the sketch. Let me scoot over here, pull you guys into what's going on with me. Hang on 1 second. I gotta adjust my microphone. And it doesn't want to adjust, but that's okay. We're gonna get there. All right. Excuse me. Let's see. Where am I at? Okay. I want to thank you for tuning in today. The comic book work continues, and we're doing this one every Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. Tune in, chat with me. I'll be glad to fill you in on whatever you'd like to know about the comic book itself or anything else. We can just chat about whatever you want to. Another show, if you like yakking, is one my brother and I decided to make, and it's born out of conversations we had with each other. He lives in a big city and has a long commute home, and we used to talk about everything pop culture and currently in the news and things like that, and we decided to turn it into a talk show or more. A month and a half into it. Now, we're not going to be on this week, but usually it's on Thursdays at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern on Twitch. And, of course, the replays of all of this stuff are a couple of days later on YouTube. And I really, really would like you to go to YouTube and check out my videos and like them and subscribe to the channel most of all, because if I can get 1,000 subscribers over there, we're going to be streaming there instead of here. YouTube's got this rule, you have to have 1,000 followers. So I'm trying to build up the followers over there. So please, if you want to support me, please go over there and subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated. But the brothers hack the Matrix. We talk everything sports, pop culture, all stuff we love, and current events as well. We don't shy away from the heavy topics of the day. We just don't harp on them. We want to give you a break from that. But we do acknowledge that things are happening around the globe. Anyway, that's 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. My brother and I hacking the Matrix. And also, if you're into video games, I'm always going to be here on... I might do a special broadcast tonight. Depends on how tired I am. I work at night, so to keep myself on schedule on my days off, which is Monday morning from midnight to 3 in the morning, and Tuesday morning from midnight to 3 in the morning Central, and 1 to 4 Eastern, I'm up with video games, cocktails, and fails. Papa Joe Gamer, up way too late. Every Monday and Tuesday morning. I mean, early morning, beginning of the day, right at midnight Central and 1 o'clock Eastern on Monday and Tuesdays. So listen, guys, you be good out there, and thank you very much for watching my channel, and I appreciate you tuning in. You guys come back and see me tomorrow at 4 o'clock for The Comic Book Continues. Joe's Atmosphere Art Live. Take care now, and be safe out there.